Jeez, is he really doing another Lion King video? What is he, obsessed or something? Ha! No. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of The Lion King 2 and 3. I think I might as well talk about them both, as I recently got them both on Blu-ray. Yeah! And so, I figured I might as well just go through both of them. Mostly because I haven't watched either one of these movies for such a long time, so I thought it'd be fun to review them, as I'm sure there's plenty of other people who haven't watched these movies in years, like me. So obviously, I'm going to start with 2. And for the most part, just talk about stuff I like and don't like, or whatever. I'm just going to talk. Let's see where it goes. Let's start with the opening, because of the first movie, the opening is a classic. Everybody knows it and references it. It's become just so iconic. And even now, when I watch the movie, I love watching it. It pulls me right into it and gets me excited. So does this one do the same? Yes and no, honestly. I will say I absolutely love the opening song. It's different for sure. It doesn't really make me feel like I'm experiencing Africa in a way, but it's still a very good song. But you can see right from the beginning that the quality is just straight to VHS. Do kiddies even know what VHS is anymore? It's a very old and ancient device that let us watch videos on a VCR. Yep. I am one of the old folk. Those were the good old days for us old folk. For us grey muzzles, as they say. Anywho, from the start, yes, you can see the animation just isn't quite as good as the first film. It still has a nice look to it overall, though. It's just, yeah, the opening doesn't give me the same kind of chills the original did, but it's still a nice song. Also note, I forgot about this, but Mufasa is here in this movie and helps guide with Fiki and everything, so yeah, why can't he be there in the Lion Guard too? Sorry, just thought I just had to mention that. So anyway, we all kind of know that Lion King 2 is a love story, or at least that's how we generally all see it as. It's Romeo and Juliet. And as a kid, I did like this movie, but never cared for it a lot, especially the lovey-dovey stuff. Ew. So I always wondered for a good while if I would still feel the same way about it watching it now. And honestly, no. I really like the plot of this film. It's just sad that Zilla is never mentioned in the original to make it more emotional and better rounded out story. Because for those who don't know, the story is about the Outsiders. Who was led by Zilla, who was devoted to Scar, loved Scar, and believed he was the true king and served under him. But once Simba came back and defeated Scar, Zilla was kicked out along with the rest of his followers. We find this out when Kiara bumps into Kovu, Zilla's son, and so love blossoms and all that kind of stuff. Now, it's actually funny, there's this idea that Kovu is Scar's son, and everyone kind of just goes with it, even though it's kind of interesting then with Kiara and Kovu kind of a big family, and wait a second. But it is stated twice in the movie that Kovu was simply chosen by Scar to be the next king. Nuka, Zilla's other son, says it twice in the film that Scar was not Kovu's dad.
Kovu. Scar wasn't even his father. He just took him in.
So you want evidence that Kovu is Scar's son? Well, it says it in the film that he's not. No, he's not. So yeah, anyway, I don't mind Zilla as a villain. I thought she was really good, and her villain song was quite good. It has some great booming beats to it I enjoyed. And then the idea of she then chains Kovu until he is older and strong enough to fight Simba and to infiltrate Simba's pride. Little unclear if the original plan was to go through his daughter Kiara, but either way, he sort of does it through her. But she shows him how to have fun and just be free and live Hakuna Matata, basically. And he was never truly evil in the end, so the two fall in love. That's the basicness of it, and yeah, I really like the story and think it goes very well within the Lion King world. So in terms of the story, I think it's rather perfect. But there are some things I don't like. The start of this movie with Kiara as a cub, there's some major problems here. And as you constantly see the same kind of facial animations they used in the first film. And it's sure, you can only animate so much, but it kind of more feels like, look, nostalgia. Remember when Simba made that face? Yeah, it was funny, yeah, look, here it is again, yeah. Guys, at least I have a good reason to make one facial expression. My face is kind of stuck like this. That's about as much as I can do. So it's very off-putting to me, honestly, that way. They kind of do these scenes and such, but at the same time, some of Simba's faces are amazing. Major crush on him. God damn it, Disney. You made it that way. I blame you so much for my crush on him, but look at these faces. Oh my gosh. How could you not fall in love with that face? How could you not fall in love with him? Another complaint is Simba is a bit more aggressive than what we would want out of him. But he has seen what Scar did and such, so he has trust issues with other lions, especially because Zilla joined up with him, and that's why she was banished, so I guess it's understandable. But still, no moody Simba. They don't really portray him as this fun-loving guy anymore, more of just a father. But just as a father, that's his whole character now. But that's why it kind of feels off to me. But it also does show him having nightmares of Scar and what happened to his father, making it understandable why he's so protective of Kiara. I mean, I get it, I do. I just like a fun, adventurous, goofy Simba. But it does show that he has matured, which is nice. In the end, the story isn't really all about him, but still. Now, Kiara, I have to say, I don't really care for a whole lot. There isn't much to her personality. She is just a love interest for Kovu, who has much more personality and much more story to him, and so much more character. I can see why a lot of people had a crush on him and all just love him. He's just very likable. Kiara is fine, but she's simply the daughter that wants to go out all the time and do her own thing, that kind of character with the overprotective dad. So it's nothing new or just not done well enough to feel different. I don't mind the romance between the two, though, between Kovu and Kiara, though. Besides the one love song they do, that I still don't like. It's so generic? I think is a good way to put it. It's not awful, but it's just there, kind of thing. I don't care for it. I do like the rest of the songs in it. They're not as good as the ones in the original, sure, but they still hold their own very well. I honestly don't have much to complain about with this movie. I feel like the story works really well. Sure, you can't compare it to the original, but as a straight, sort of video sequel, it's not bad at all. It wasn't all in your face love as I remembered it as a child. No, there's a lot to this movie, and I think they really tried. A lot of original voice cast is there, and one of the new ones they got for Kovu, Kiara, Zilla, Nuka, Vitani, are all really good. They all do a good job here. Really, the only voice actors that don't appear is Scar, who is only in one little scene in the dream sequence, and so they just did get a different one for him. Mufasa, they did actually get James Earl Jones back, which is cool, even though that's only really brief as well. And then there's a different voice actor for Zazu, though he still does a better job than the one in the new movie, that's for sure. I do especially love Kovu, and the main villain, Zero, was good. I'm glad I rewatched this. Yes, I do believe that sequel should be better than the first, but I also just love seeing the characters again. And if that's what you want, then this is a good film for that. Also just like the message of we are one. We are all the same. It's good just to put on while you're doing things, so that's why I'm going to give this movie a score of 8 out of 10 foxes. I did enjoy this movie. I'm glad I watched it again after so many years. It's perfectly fine. It's not better than the first, which is a problem, sure, but it's still a decent movie. So now let's talk about the third movie, also known as 1.5, I think it was. I don't know. This movie came out of nowhere. Did anyone ask for this? But I'm not opposed to the idea of a pretty cool story of how Timon and Pumbaa met. That's an interesting idea, but then they weave their way into all the different events of the first film, So really this film is only for Timon and Pumbaa lovers in the end. If you don't like them, you won't like this movie. So right away, I'm going to say a lot of this movie for me is just not canon. I do just think of this as just a side story. It's just a dumb little project they decided to do. I don't know. Anyway, the film starts with the opening to the first movie, and then suddenly Timon starts singing over it, and it just like pauses the movie, and we see Timon and Pumbaa actually watching it like a movie cinema kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. You know, so it's like, okay, this is weird and different. What the hell is going on here? But I guess, like, if you ever watched the Timon and Pumbaa TV series, I guess I can just kind of feel like that, where it's just really off the wall, kind of weird, makes no sense kind of thing. So, again, if you're a fan of Timon and Pumbaa and all that, it's fine, it's weird, but it's fine, you know. Like, a lot of moments are like this, where they just sort of take you out of the film, and I don't really like it. But I will say the comedy here is great. Timon and Pumbaa are the best in this movie in particular, I think. I really enjoy them in this film. So I don't mind when these moments happen, but it does take you out of the film, as I said, and that is a major problem with this movie. Because honestly, when this movie actually starts, I am all in. Like, when we get the Digatana song, and it's a great song, but different to the other openings for sure, but still a great song I know a lot of people love. But here we see Timon's family and where he is from, and we see he is like an outcast, no one likes him, and she's always messing things up, and the only one who does like him is his ma. Like, this is different from what I thought it would be already. This feels like a Disney movie. Like, not a sequel or anything, but like, how a Disney film would start up with this kind of character. And honestly, I love it. It's great to see Timon like this. It made me feel a lot more invested in him and this story. It's a side of Timon we have never seen, and I thought it really works well. It gives him more understanding to his nature. But yeah, he leaves and meets up with Pumbaa later, and then we start getting references to the first film. And up to this point, I enjoyed myself. I love all the original stuff here. And here is where it can either lose you or not. So Pumbaa and Timon come across the animals, seeing Simba being lifted up into the sky. And what happens here, I kinda absolutely hate. It's the one thing in this movie that kinda just really irks me. Pumbaa farts. And I love a good fart joke. I'm a big kid like that. So basically he farts, making all the animals sort of pass out and everything. But then the ones in front of them see what is happening and they all think they're bowing. And so they bow for the royal son. I don't like this idea that it was Pumbaa's gas that made the animals bow. It just feels kind of disrespectful to the first film and just the idea and everything. This I never liked. Even as a kid I didn't. I like the joke, and that this is where Timon first experiences Pumbaa's special power. And I love it. It's funny. It just where they did it just isn't good. I don't like it. But they then kind of fix it by doing one that worked and was funny. Timon and Pumbaa waking up while Can't Wait to Be King is going on. Though distance-wise, I'm very confused as to where Pride Rock is, they are, and where the song starts. I thought it was like going to be a lot further. It's confusing, but whatever, that's not the important part. But yeah, Timon like wakes up, coming out into this world that has changed because of the song. That's kind of funny. And then him hitting the elephant that falls down and makes everyone else fall. That works so well, because it is in the first movie, clear as day, that they fall and everything, so it works so well. I love that idea. Besides the end part, I'm kind of confused by that. Also, something I have to mention as well is the animation in this movie is way better than the second, and honestly on par with the first. In my opinion, it looks really good, surprisingly good for a Disney sequel. So, movie continues and I find Simba, and here again I'm invested in the film. I absolutely love all these scenes they have added with Timon, Pumbaa and Simba, showing how they raised him and dealt with him with his adventurous personality. Seeing Simba as a kid again was great, and the cuteness levels here at full max here. The scene of them sleeping together is just so heartwarming. It hits you right in the feels every time. And then seeing a little bit of teenage Simba was great, and then him as an adult, and they still sleep together like this weird little family they are. I love it, and again, it hits you right in the feels. I did love them kind of getting in the way of Nala and Simba while they're feeling the love tonight. I did enjoy that stuff, as it makes sense with Timon's selfish personality that does change towards the end of the film when he realizes how much his friends mean to him. So now we come to the end of the film with Scar and Simba fighting. I like Timon and Pumbaa helping out a lot more, but I don't care for Ma and Uncle Max coming to help as well. Now, I don't mind them as characters. I just don't like them being part of the major story and being there as well in the first film. Nor do I like the idea of them coming to stay with Timon and Pumbaa at the end of the film. I don't care for that, as again, it was always Timon and Pumbaa. And then, like, sure, they have, like, their nice oasis they live in, but they also have a home at the Pride Lands with Simba and the others now. So, it's just something I don't like. But something in the ending I do love is Simba hugging Timon and Pumbaa, saying he couldn't have done it without them. And that's pretty true. Like, they saved his life, they raised him and everything, so I really love this added scene. Again, all the scenes with Simba I love. A lot of the scenes with Pumbaa and Timon I love. It's not overly cartoonily stupid. Like, you see a real friendship there. They go to explain Pumbaa is alone in this world, and it's really sad. You really feel his sadness. It's odd. This film really is, like, because I love a lot of it, but it does have its faults as well. But something about it makes it feel Disney. You know? It has that Disney charm to it that you just love. It also has a lot of the original voice actors in it again. Like the second movie, the only one really but just being Zazu, which is the one for the second one, so it's, I guess, still sounds similar, I guess. Because usually I feel like with Disney sequels, they will get, like, different voice actors. They won't be able to get, like, the, you know, real popular star again. But no, they got everyone, which is great. So, I do have a few problems with this film. Some major problems. It's got some odd moments, and others I don't approve of. But honestly, being a fan of Timon and Pumbaa, this was quite good. I loved it. I loved everything with Timon and Pumbaa. The comedy in this is like the best it's ever been. It just, those really heartwarming moments, you really feel every single one of them. And just all the scenes with Simba and Timon and Pumbaa was great. I loved all these added scenes. I loved the beginning of this film with Timon and just his family and everything. You feel for him, you know? Which is weird. Never thought I would, like, yeah, feel that way, but it's odd like that. And that's why I'm gonna give this movie a solid 8 out of 10, as well as the other one. Like, maybe I'm biased because I love The Lion King, but honestly, rewatching these movies after a lot of time has passed, I enjoyed them. And now, the way I do my reviews, I tend to rate my movies on enjoyment. I'm not like one on, like, for the effects or your voice acting and such. Even a bad movie, I will give a high score if I enjoyed it. So, yeah, I give this movie an 8 because that's how much I enjoyed it. And then, yeah, just 2 points off from 10 because it's not perfect, you know, and has problems, things I don't like. But I still thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And I really enjoyed the second one too, a lot more than I thought I would. Because the story really works. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these two movies, please. I'm curious to see, and see like how long it's been since you've watched it. Because I recommend re-watching it if it's been quite a long time for you. And let me know what you think. And now, I'll probably do more Lion King stuff. I haven't finished with The Lion Guard yet, so yeah, I still got that to do. So guys, there will be more reviews in the future as well, and I hope you do enjoy them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button with your tail to smack it. Hit that like button, and subscribe to my channel, because I would love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Ow, ow. Dog, why are you barking? Kirby? Others are home. Hey guys. But there are things I don't like. The start of the movie with Kiara, and that's why he banished her in the end. So I guess that's understandable. It's just simply Dad. I mean, he definitely is daddy material, if you know what I mean. Kiara is fine, but she is simply... I do like the rest of the songs in this movie, though. It's not as good as the ones in the original. It's not good as those ones, and that one, so that one. I do like the rest of the songs in it, though. There are some good there. I do like the rest of the songs. And, yeah, I honestly... I love it, and again, it hits you right in the feels. Ow! I'm okay. Nor do I like the idea of them coming to stay to moon.